So what I'm saying is, right, even the reason why we're having that conversation is because those women are influencing the other women. They're literally the idea, and this has been pushed for years. Feminism, like 40 years or some odd years old. If you get money, you don't need a man. That was the whole basis of the conversation. That was the whole thing around it. Even when Mrs. Nicole was talking about it, she was saying how she has her female friends, and they're like, because she has money, because they have money, they're well off, they're degreed, they're X, Y, and Z, that they don't have to deal with, right? And my thing is, it's like, well, yes, you do. You can pick and choose whatever man it is, right? Just because he's a six-figure man don't mean he can't be an abuser. Just because he's a six-figure man don't mean that he's actually a leader. The idea is, a lot of times we have this mentality that money is the determinant for how we respect people, and we have this idea that money is the answer for what they are, when it shows, studies literally show, majority of wealthy people inherited their wealth. So the idea that Black women are hustling hard to get it off the ground and get it off our backs, going into relationships with these men who are also six-figure, thinking that because he got money, he's a leader. No. Because he got money, he got good character. No. Because he got money, he X, Y, and Z. Like, balance, I'm actually agreeing with you. But the real reason why we keep having these conversations is because there's only an echo chamber from the size of Black women. Other cultures they don't fathom that because their reality don't look like ours. Other cultures don't have it to where the women are making majority of the decisions. Other cultures don't have it where majority of their homes are ran by women. So that's the reality. We know that in Black culture, Black women will make a lot of dominating decisions, and we influence each other. And if the influence is, if you get some money, you don't need a man, I'm asking, how the hell do those two things even correlate?
I want to say this really quickly, because just like Hank was talking about, simps will never get leaders to follow them. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Like a simp's not going to inspire, encourage. I don't even have the word, a man to do something different and to become a simp. Like, that's just not how a woman with an OnlyFans is never going to get me to have an OnlyFans. It's never going to happen. Period. Not in this lifetime. So all I want to say is that if you're strong and confident and know who you are and have knowledge of self, go find somebody that has knowledge of self. And for the women you're talking about, we have young, impressionable women. Then it's our job to be on social media and teach them. It's our job to do that. And that's what we should be doing. I just don't want to have any more gender wars. I don't want to talk about women in a negative light or men in a negative light. I want to really broadcast people that have knowledge of self so we can have more of those people. That's really all I can say.
All right.
I want to say really succinctly, if you allow me, Lapeef, because I hate it when everybody's on Black women's tops as if Black women are the only ones complaining. If we read books, there's a book by Lori Gottlieb, who is actually Jewish, who is complaining that men, since feminism, not just Black men in general, non-Black men are not making enough. They're complaining about being breadwinners. But because we have these conversations amongst Black people, we think it's just Black women. That is a misconception. Black women, more than any other group, is over 51% of Black women who are in committed relationships. It doesn't differentiate if they're married, but definitely living together. Black women are breadwinners. But we want to put that on our top, like they have no right to ask for a man who's able to bring what she brings to the table. The only time I get on women, Hank, to your question, I get on women about he needs to make this certain amount of money because I help women convert to traditionalism. They want to get in that traditional lifestyle. I tell them, what difference does it make? If he can cover the bills, you need to do what, and he meets all the other metrics that you have in place. Why does he need to put you in a gated community after you say I do? Is he able to take care of the family and meet those responsibilities? Then go for it. No, they're looking for a lifestyle. And I'm like, baby girl, you are going to be single for a long time because you are money driven, lifestyle, hypergamy this, luxury that. That's the wrong mindset for any woman that's trying to get married. So I don't want my position misrepresented before before I leave this panel, I want women to know that marriage is not about money, but it is an important component, because without money, you can't pay the babysitter for the job that you required her to have in order to get married, that 50-50 relationship that you want. In order for you all to have a traditional lifestyle, it requires money. Bank of America requires money for that mortgage every month. We can try to dance around it as much as we can, but classism does come up. It rears its ugly head, and it's easy for someone that's working class, working poor, to say, yeah, she should take my light bill money, because you've never been outside of the country. You've never been anywhere and done anything outside of your immediate neighborhood. So it's easy for you to tell women what they should do, but you've never done nothing. I guarantee you, when you hit a certain tax bracket, you're going to be like, don't tell me what I should settle for. And that's for men and women. I guarantee you're going to look at it totally different. You're going to be like, this matters. And we don't even talk about the family and how the family structure changes when money is involved. You don't even. So I hate it when people put that on their tops, Lapeef, on Black women's tops, like we're just walking around here, the only ones considering money. We have to consider how we're going to take care of these kids. You talk about women being on welfare, but then on the next hand, you want her to just accept anything. That's we can't do that. We can't do that. Congratulations to all the women that are working hard and doing their things, and the men who are working hard and doing the things. We need to find each other, couple up, and get together. But I am not getting up here telling women that they should accept less, when a lot of Black men will tell you, I did accept less. But you know what, Miss Nicole, when that relationship goes bad, they're still going to blame me and say I should have chose better. Well, why did you choose a man that only brought the light bill? Well, why did you have a baby with a man that couldn't do more for you? Well, it's always going to be the Black woman's fault. And I'm saying, if we want a realistic view of how to fix the Black family, it can't always be Black women. I need people who have so much to say about Black women's tops and so much to say about Black men. Read some books on Black men and what they've had to go through, and read some books on what Black women have had to go through, and have a well-rounded, educated point of view before you just start saying stuff and regurgitating stuff you done heard people say on social media.
Ma'am, they not gonna blame the Black woman for the marriage going bad. I promise you that. They're gonna look at that man and he's gonna have to take that goddamn L. The Black woman ain't gonna take that L. And let me say this: if your women who you are that are clients of yours, if you get them to buy that one pop theory, this won't be a problem. They'll take that blue collar man as long as they willing to bring their money together as a collective. Because look, you gave me your body. Why can't I have that paper? I gave you my last name. Why can't I have that paper? We come together as everything else. Then let's come together financially. And we're not going to be playing, this is your rainy day fund, this is my money, it's your money. No, we together. Let's bring our money together and see what happens.
So Miss Nicole,
show them what we're going through. We still going through there right now today.
So Miss Nicole, I got a kind of unique perspective. The majority of my life, almost every, like I say 80% of the flights I was on was private flights, right? Getting like the 5-star, 4-star, all of those type of amenities, because I was playing basketball, right? And the thing I can say is, after a while, it's just stuff. Like it does not mean the same thing. The most valuable thing and experience I've ever had in my life was watching my kids be born. And I've been at the pinnacle of like sport and parades, celebrations, going to the White House for that stuff. But it don't even compare to when my child was born. It don't compare to when my kids come run up to me in the house. Like, I think it's hard to describe to people that's aspiring to something, right? But if you spend your whole life to get to that point, and it could just be anecdotal for myself, but it's not worth it to sacrifice everything that could be for your life for a lifestyle. That's all I was saying.